to another edition of Paul's Sports Corner. And welcome back. We've had an exciting week of sports, but let's go back to those stories we did in the beginning, back last week. First off, Dwight Howard, Lakers, no. Magic, yes, for now. Says he wants to be in Orlando, don't believe it a second. Houston, Jeremy Lin, he's there. New York, he says he'd rather be there. Oh, the conflicting stories. Anthony Davis, he hasn't played a minute yet of Olympic basketball. He's killing me. I just want to see him go out there and play. The Reds doing great without Joey Votto, 6-2. Keep it up. I want to see some more. And the DUIs just keep rolling in. 2 more DUIs the past week for NFL football players. I'm not even going there. I don't want to go there because it angers me inside. So we'll be right back with the first segment. Our first story today is about Northern Kentucky University. For those of you that don't know much about NKU, they're in Highland Heights, Kentucky, which is about 5 miles from the river. They've played in Division II sports all of their existence, but now they're finally moving up to Division I to play in the Atlantic Sun Conference. This is a very exciting time and a very exciting place, and as you know, or may not know, the Bank of Kentucky Center is a great center. It's a great new center that they built, 10,000 seats, perfect place. So if you're in Northern Kentucky, stop by and watch a Norris game. That's their mascot. But let's do that. Let's go. You want to go? It's kind of like that. Let's buy a Coke. I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I like to buy everyone a Norris ticket, and I just made that up. So let's go to the next segment.
Hey, the Olympics are on.
The Olympics?
Yes.
I really could care less.
Get up
I used
now.
to be about the Olympics when I was young. To be completely honest with you, I could care less. But now, as I've learned to grow and love to watch different sports, I love to watch the Olympics. There's something new and exciting every year. I always try to focus on one event that I really haven't paid attention on. This year, thanks to my good friend Katie, has focused me on watching swimming. And now, I have a pretty interesting story for you. Michael Phelps versus Ryan Lochte. I don't know if I said that right, but who really cares? But anyway, it's a big debate. It's like Twilight. Team Edward versus Team Jacob. I want to kill you. No, I want to kill you first. And then there's a bunch of girls that just start fighting, and it's actually kind of fun to watch. But anyway, the fact is, go USA! 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 Who cares? We're from the same country. Get along. You know, the more gold medals we win, the more money we get. Yes, we do get money for winning gold medals, in case you didn't know. So you know what? Have fun, watch the Olympics, learn something new about sports that you haven't seen before. Because you might just find a new sport that you find interesting. Maybe it's swimming, maybe it's another sport. Let's move on to the next. No, it's been a tough week for Penn State football. First, the Joe Paterno statue was removed outside of Beaver Stadium. Secondly, Penn State football got some heavy sanctions put against them. They had a $60 million fine, a 4-year ban from bowl games, and a loss of 20 scholarships. Also, their wins from 1998 to 2011 were vacated, meaning it doesn't happen. This was a pretty harsh penalty without actually giving out the death penalty. The death penalty is where you have to shut down your entire athletics part for 1 year, meaning Penn State football would have gotten shut down, wouldn't have had the 2012 year. It's only happened one time in the history of college sports to SMU's football program back in the 80s. As you also probably heard, Penn State's coach, Joe Paterno, who is no longer with us, has now moved from 1st to 6th in all-time wins. Bobby Bowden, former Florida State head coach, is now 1st all-time. Also, there are some quotes from all those games being taken away. And I say, quote, "I didn't win a single game, that sucks," end quote. And also another player said, "Those games didn't happen, I have the metal plate in my back to prove it," end quote. So as you can tell, this is a very touching segment to a lot of people. And a lot of people will have some controversy over this for a very long time. Now let's move on to the final segment. everything. You make my heart sing. You walk everything. Oh, that's one of my favorite sports movies of all time, Major League. It's about a team, a real life team, the Cleveland Indians, back in the 80s. They had an owner that didn't want them to win baseball games, so they put together the worst team she could possibly find. But somehow, they still rose to the top, and they won the American League Eastern Division. Now, that kind of reminds me of another story, a story that's going on in real life. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, granted, I'm not a big Pittsburgh fan, but what they've done is remarkable. They're only a game and a half out from the Cincinnati Reds in the Central Division, and they've won 54 games so far this year. That's pretty good. What they did do from last year is carry it into the second half. If Pittsburgh can keep this going, who knows? They might snag that wild card spot in the playoffs. One thing is for sure, if they do get to the postseason, it is hands down the best sports story we have seen in a long time. Everybody, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll do better next time. Thank you. Have a good day.
Out of here.